Football, full talent dominates European fields. Episode 31. Following, Su Chen was the same as usual. Wake up early, get ready for breakfast, and work out in your own gym. Outcome, just walked out of the room, habitually glanced downstairs. In an instant, I saw Su Chen stunned on the spot. I saw that the people busy in the living room downstairs were not a few servants at home. It's my parents who haven't seen each other for months. Suddenly, Su Chen's eyes turned red all of a sudden. Dad? Mother? Are you guys back? When the words fell, I saw my parents who were preparing breakfast downstairs, and they all looked up. When they saw Su Chen, who had woken up, they saw Father Su smiling and beckoning. Ha ha ha. Woke you up, right? Early this morning, your mother and I will come back. I was thinking of giving you a surprise, but I didn't expect to disturb your sleep. Come down, your mother made you your favorite breakfast. As he spoke, he saw Sumu looking at Su Chen with tears in her eyes. Yes, don't be stunned, come down quickly. Su Chen nodded and quickly walked towards the stairs. Although his parents were not around before this, he often flew around to do business. In front of anyone, he behaved strongly, never complained about anything, whether it was my parents or my own work. That's always been the case. However, many people forget that he is only 18 years old. He had just come of age when he saw his parents again. That long-lost family affection made him no longer able to control and ran downstairs. The moment Su Chen came downstairs, directly threw himself into Sumu's arms. Although he is now 1.81 meters tall, because of the reason for playing football, the body became very strong and almost didn't hit Sumu's head. However, in front of the parents, no matter what it becomes, no matter how old it is, in their eyes, you will always be just a child. Dad, Mom, I'm going to kill you. At this moment, Su Chen seemed to be a child and said with a choked voice. Su's mother patted his head gently. Silly child, parents understand, this time back, just to accompany you for a while. Yesterday's game, your father and I have already seen it. To be honest, you are doing well, and your parents are happy for you, Sumu said with tears in her eyes and was extremely relieved. Being able to get the recognition of his parents is the biggest affirmation for Su Chen. And at this moment, another person came out of the kitchen. Oh, how old are they? Still holding them? Come and help, I can't hold it. Hearsay. Su Chen was slightly startled in his heart and quickly glanced back. I found that the person who had just spoken was Qin Shu. The two have known each other since childhood, and although Qin Shu lives in China, he rarely goes abroad. It has been 3 or 4 years since the last time we met. Why are you here? Why, you don't welcome me coming? Qin Shu smiled and came closer, carrying a large bowl of seafood porridge and placing it on the dining table. Uncle and aunt are in England, and there is still work to be done. After seeing your game yesterday, they couldn't bear it anymore. I want to come back to accompany you for everything, and I am ready to accompany you for a few more months. And I'm in England, and I don't have anything to do, so come along. When Qin Shu finished speaking, only then did Su Chen understand why his parents would go home at this time. It turned out to be because of yesterday's game. I saw him smile and nod and sit down with his parents. Seafood porridge is Su Chen's favorite, because since he can remember, their family's business abroad has not been as big as it can be done at that time. Therefore, my mother was often at home and cooked seafood porridge for him. But gradually, the business shop gets bigger and bigger, and they get busier and busier. It is even difficult to eat seafood porridge once a year. For that taste, Su Chen has always remembered it in his heart. This porridge is fresh seafood that my aunt has been cooking for you since the early hours of the morning, and she also let people buy it specifically. Alas, I really envy you. How nice it would be if I could have a mom like you. At home, my mother would force me to study all day long, and it was difficult to even go out and play. Qin Shu sat on the chair, his face full of envy and complaint. Sumu glanced at her with a smile. You are still young, you should really focus on learning. In fact, the thing I regret the most with Xiaochen's father is that I couldn't grow up by his side. Fortunately, Xiaochen, this kid is strong and doesn't let us worry too much. The more guilty I feel in my heart and his father's. When the words fell, Su Chen glanced at his parents with a smile. Dad, Mom, you don't need to feel guilty about me, although you haven't been by my side all these years, but I'm used to days like this. Moreover, now my career is gradually rising. I believe that soon, I will be able to get some honors. Su Chen's words made his parents smile and nod. However, Su Changyuan's face was gloomy, and his brows were deeply locked and said, Xiaochen, you tell the truth to your father. You're in Spain, can't you stay? How did I find out that many people on the internet say that Laochen wants to sell you to cash out? What the hell is going on? You tell Dad the truth. If that old Chen, he really wants to do this, I can't spare him. The Lao Chen, in Su Long's words, is the current boss of the Westerners. Despite this, Lao Chen was still a little underseen in front of Su Yuan. Su Chen smiled and shook his head. Dad, don't worry about the team's affairs, I can handle it myself. You trust me, really? For a long time, Su Chong took a deep look at Su Chen. Well, I can solve it myself. By the way, I just signed a contract with a gold broker not long ago. I think you must have heard of that person. His name is Mendez. Who? Mendez? Did you sign up with him? Obviously, Dad and Mendez did know each other. Su Chen smiled and nodded. That's right, I am now in a cooperative relationship with him. Well, Mendez is indeed a good hand in business, if you can sign with him. Without waiting for Su Long to finish speaking, suddenly, a phone rang. Su Chen took out the phone apologetically and glanced at it. Hello? Mendez? Welcome to the National Day 7-day long holiday and read books and enjoy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP bonds. Immediately preemptive, event period, October 1st to October 7th. Episode 32. Finished breakfast. Su Chen carried his backpack and walked out of the house. Just now Mendez's call was mysterious. Nothing was said, just told him to go to the Doll Stadium. It doesn't belong to any team, and it's not your usual place to train. It's Catalonia, an ordinary stadium. Although Su Chen didn't know what kind of medicine was sold in Mendez gourd, still, he agreed. As soon as he walked out of the house, Shu followed. What are you doing? Su Chen glanced back at her and asked a little strangely. I saw Shu's face full of smiles. He, uncle and aunt said. I've just come to Catalonia, and I'm not familiar with it yet. Let you take me around. Wait for me to come back. I'm going to get down to business now. Then I'll go with you. I'm idle anyway. Don't worry. I won't say a word. You. Looking at Shu's playful smile, Su Chen lost. Memories came to mind, and Shu saw him every time. It's sticking like a piece of plaster. No matter how you shake it, you can't shake it off at all. Even though he now wants me to be invited to meet Mendez, most likely to talk about the transfer. However, Shu really had no way to ask for it. Okay, but when you get there, you are not allowed to talk nonsense. Do whatever you want, don't make trouble for me. If you can't do it, I promise you won't want to follow me anywhere in the future. Hearing this, he saw Shu nodded, and also stretched out 3 fingers. I promise, I won't make trouble for you. Well, okay, let's go then. Su Chen nodded, and in desperation, he could only take Shu to meet Mendez. Hopefully, Mendez, the eccentric guy, won't have any complaints about this. Just when Su Chen pushed the bicycle and walked out of the garage, Shu was stunned, and saw her face full of surprise, and said, Don't tell me, you want to ride a bicycle? What's the problem? I ride my bike to training every day, and Catalonia, it's not as big as you think, it's easy to ride a bike. Oh my god, no matter what, you're a rich second generation, riding such a bicycle? Wait a minute, let me see, your bike is not a big name. If it's equivalent to dragon coins, it's only $1,000? Shu was deeply shocked by Su Chen's operation. For these rich people, Su Chen should live in a mansion and drive a luxury car. The girls around me change one every day, and they are not the same as all kinds of dashing. After training, he should go to the nightclub, play until dawn and continue training with a pair of dark circles. Only such a life can be worthy of the words rich second generation. Where is it now? Although he lives in a mansion, it is Su Chen's parents, and it has little to do with him. His own car is not a Lamborghini, not some Ferrari luxury car. It turned out to be a bicycle worth more than $1,000 or dragon coins. Such Su Chen simply subverted Shu's 3 views. Looking at Shu, who looked shocked, Su Chen was too lazy to explain too much to her. Just shook his head and said, whether a person has money or not has nothing to do with what car he drives, what clothes he wears, and what kind of house he lives in. You're still young, and when you grow up, you'll understand what I say. Are you still going? If I don't go, I'll go by myself. When the words fell, he saw Shu quickly nodded. Go, who said I'm not going? Cut, I see you're not much older than me. What does the old pretend? Shu's coquettishness just made Su Chen shake his head with a smile. When she sits on the back seat of her bike, Su Chen rode slowly and rushed towards the gymnasium. Catalan sports newspaper headquarters. In the editor-in-chief's office, a fat greasy man with glasses and half-bald hair. Sit behind your desk and look down at a few materials. And right in front of him, there was also a young woman with a perfect figure. This woman is exactly the end of the Westerners and Barca match before. She ran to the Westerner training base to grab the female reporter who was on the news. Her name is Angela. She is 24 years old. She just graduated from college and started working. Since it is just working, she is passionate about her job as a sports journalist. I usually take everything very seriously and meticulously. For a long time, when the editor-in-chief finished reading the information, he looked up at Angela. Very good, this press release of yours, I am very satisfied. Just publish it according to you. However, our focus now should be on Espanyol player Su Chen. I have an intuition that there must be bigger news on him, waiting for us to dig. Angela, you are the reporter in charge of Su Chen. This task is very difficult for you. Can you complete it? The words fell. Angela nodded. Mr. Morais, I think this task, I will try to complete it. It's just that Su Chen has been stuck in the transfer matter recently, and many newspapers are just speculations, and there is no accurate information. I want to wait until the end of the season to do an exclusive interview with Su Chen. Let the fans listen to his own true thoughts. Morais nodded. Well, you have a good idea. You seem to have forgotten, though. We are the media, we are newspapers, and sometimes we don't need much truth. The fans don't care about the truth. Often in many cases, it only takes a gimmick to earn enough clicks. Angela, you understand what I mean, right? Hearing this, Angela took a deep look at the editor-in-chief, brow deeply locked and said, I see what you mean. Well, a gimmick, is it? I'll try to find some, but the words are not finished. Angela's phone rang. The moment she picked up the phone, she didn't even say the word, hey. His face changed slightly, and he quickly said, Mr. Morais, I think you are right. This gimmick has come. I think I have to take a step first and wait for my good news. The next moment, I saw Angela running out of the office eagerly. Welcome to the National Day 7-day long holiday and read books and enjoy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP bonds. Immediately preemptive, event period, October 1st to October 7th, episode 33. Hey, Su, you're finally here. This is? Just when Su Chen rode his bicycle and took Qin Shu to the stadium. After parking the bicycle, two people walked in. As soon as I came in, there were only a few people on the huge lawn. And on the sidelines, Mendez and some other people were sitting there talking about something. When he saw Su Chen, with a smile on his face, he came forward and said hello. However, when he saw Qin Shu following behind Su Chen, his face changed slightly. Su Chen smiled and said, Mendez, she is my cousin, you have to come with me, you won't mind, right? Who? Cousin? Qin Shu asked rhetorically with Chinese. Su Chen turned around and glared at her fiercely. Although Mendez couldn't understand Chinese, he was an old quack. A look, an expression, can understand what it means. This old fellow's eyebrows, that's all hollow. Immediately, Mendez laughed. Ha ha ha. It's normal for young people to have a friend. I think when I was 16, I already had 3 girlfriends. When I'm your age, I'm about to talk about marriage. My first wife was married when I was 20. Unfortunately, she asked for too many things, and I couldn't satisfy her. So, damn, how did you get to talk about this? Come, I'll introduce you to it. This is Andre, he will be in charge of your physical training in the future. His name is Deason, that's Zorn, and one of them is a nutritionist and the other is a trainer. Although I understand that now you are already very strong and have a high talent. However, talent and hard work can really succeed in the green field. Please don't mind my selfish arrangement for you, because I hope that in the future, you can become a superstar like Ronaldo and Messi. And I am optimistic. Of course, several of them have customized training content for Ronaldo and Di Maria before. They have enough experience in this. When Mendez finished speaking, Su Chen's face was full of surprise. Now he is worried about whether he should find a training team to tailor the training content for himself. Although Su Chen is now, his body and height are already very strong. However, he still looks a little thin on the court. A slightly strong defender can knock him down. To truly become the core, physical condition is important. Unexpectedly, Mendez actually thought of this and made comprehensive arrangements for him. Even the nutritionist is equipped. Su Chen smiled and nodded. Mendez, I'm glad you did this for me. Really, I don't even know how to thank you. No need to thank me. It's part of my job. Of course, if you must thank me, then bring out your full potential as soon as possible. Be fully prepared for our future glory. In addition, I also arranged a meeting for you. I think you'll be happy about it. Su Chen? A special meeting? Just when Su Chen looked confused, he didn't understand what Mendez meant by this. Suddenly, a kick of the ball from a distance flew towards him. The strength was so great that Qin Shu was so frightened that he quickly hid behind Su Chen. And Su Chen easily dissolved the strength of the football. Relax at your feet. He looked intently and saw 3 people on the opposite side, walking straight towards him. Not yet when they came near. The expression on Su Chen's face had already become shocked. He knew all those 3 people, and they were all Su Chen's idols. Ronaldo, Pepe, Marcelo. The simultaneous appearance of these 3 people made Su Chen shocked and surprised. Mendez saw it, chuckled, and shrugged. How about it, Su? This is a special surprise, right? I don't think you need me to introduce them again, you will definitely know them. The voice fell. Ronaldo has come closer. Looking at Ronaldo face to face, Su Chen felt that he was tall for the first time. 1.87 meters tall, strong body. As if he was a giant, he appeared in front of Su Chen with a smile. I saw him holding the ball in his left arm, stretching out his right hand and saying, Su, it's nice to meet you. And in this way, your game, I have seen it before. You are indeed very strong. If we can work together in the future, I think it must be something to be excited about. With those words, Pepe approached. Known as a martial monk, he really lived up to his name. The strong sense of oppression made Su Chen swallow saliva continuously, especially his big bald head, with that fierce look. It seems like the next moment, a fierce flying shovel is about to come at him. Ha ha ha. Su, I heard that you still have joined any national teams? Do you want to consider coming to us in Portugal? If you can join Portugal, we can join forces and win the Hercules Cup for 18 years. Pepe's to the point. It made Su Chen embarrassed for a while. His nationality is currently bullfighting country. Nevertheless, in accordance with FIFA regulations, when a player has not played for any country, he has the right to decide which country he should play for, and whether it is the Blue Star or the Once Earth. The Dragon Kingdom only recognizes one nationality. Want to return to the Dragon Kingdom to play football? In addition to those so-called human feelings and red envelopes, he must also take the initiative to give up the nationality of the bullfighting country and join the Dragon Country. But, except for the Dragon Kingdom, in other countries, there is no such requirement. As long as Su Chen is willing, he can completely have dual nationality and enter the Fruit Tooth service. Outcome. Before Su Chen could express his position, Marcelo couldn't wait to come over. No, Pepe, you shouldn't be like this. Su, don't be frightened by his appearance. His heart is actually very gentle. Believe me, you can make a more suitable choice and join a samba. Being there makes you feel the real joy of football. Boy, I just met with these three big guys. They can't wait to win over Su Chen and join their country's team. And at this very time, a van just around the corner stopped in the parking lot. The door opens. I saw Angela and her partner's cameraman get out of the car. When they saw from a distance that Su Chen was talking and laughing with Ronaldo, Pepe, and Marcelo in the gymnasium, and Claw's face showed an excited expression. Quick, Hill, take pictures of them. I thought, this is absolutely explosive gimmick news. Welcome to the National Day 7-day-long holiday and read books and enjoy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP bonds. Episode 34. Okay, Sue, I asked you to come over today, not to let you pull people. Instead, we need you to have a confrontation. Let my team get to know you one step closer, so as to improve your body and develop a more suitable training program for you. You all know what I said, right? Just then, Mendez interrupted their conversation. It also avoided embarrassment for Su Chen. Several people all nodded, indicating that it was clear. Very good, now there are 4 people here, in teams of 2, divided into 2 groups to fight. I don't want you to play the way you play, just grab the ball. In a group of 2, which group gets the ball, and tries not to let the other side take it back as much as possible. Can you understand? Several people nodded again. Mendez laughed. Then let Ronaldo and Sue divide into 2 groups. You can each choose someone to be your teammate. When the words fell, Ronaldo said with a smile, Sue, you choose. I don't care. You can be in a group with anyone. Ronaldo's arrogance is vividly displayed, and Su Chen was not polite, and directly chose Marcelo with better personal skills. When the 2 of them are grouped later, Su Chen went to the dressing room first and changed his shirt. After all, he came in civilian clothes and couldn't just play like that, even if it's a simple confrontation, to test your physical condition. However, the dressing room for the game is obviously unlikely, but Mendez has already arranged another dressing room for them. After walking in, Su Chen took out the jersey in his backpack. When he changed all his clothes, he did not leave in a hurry. And I went to take out all the treasure chests I had accumulated before. Congratulations to the host for opening the attribute chest, defense +5. Congratulations to the host for opening the attribute chest, dribbling +3. Congratulations to the host for opening the attribute chest, speed +1. Congratulations to the host for opening the attribute chest, set piece +2. Congratulations to the host for opening the character template chest and obtaining the character template, Ronaldinho. Is it integrated? When Su Chen opened the only character template treasure chest, there will be a template for Ronaldinho. This made Su Chen surprised and delighted. Ronaldinho, known as Ronaldo Jr., whether it's personal technology or otherwise, it's almost perfect. Even, he has a title called the Elf on the Green Field. That's right, his technique is appreciative, whether it is passing or dribbling, it has reached the extreme. An understatement is pleasing to the eye. If it weren't for the chaos in his personal life, he didn't take care of his body. I am afraid that his achievements will be even more successful. Getting the template of Xiao Luo, Su Chen didn't even think about it, so he nodded and fused. In an instant, an indescribable feeling, as if something was pouring into his body. Gradually, that strange feeling disappeared. It was as if it had really merged with my own body. Opening personal properties screen. Name, Su Chen. Age, 18. Position, all-round midfielder. Dribbling, 98. Speed, 98. Long pass, 91. Short pass, 95. Shot, 88. Power, 97. Set piece, 93. Penalties, 90. Overall score, 93. Skills, cycling, rainbow passing, accurate long passing, elevator ball shooting. When he saw his own personality, in addition to opening attribute chests, you get attribute bonuses. More attribute improvement may have a lot to do with the integration of Shaluo templates, especially in dribbling, passing. The increase was much bigger than he thought. Such a perfect attribute made Su Chen overjoyed. It wasn't long when he changed his clothes and walked back onto the pitch. Ronaldo, Marcelo, and they are all ready to warm up and wait for him. And Qin Shu, who came with Su Chen, found a suitable position and sat down. Get ready to watch the match later. In fact, Qin Shu is not a fan, and he does not know about some players who have great fame. Otherwise, when she saw Ronaldo, she would definitely not be so calm. To be precise, in her eyes, except for Su Chen, hardly anyone in sight. Okay, ready to start. Deason, are you all ready? Yes, Mr. Mendez, we are all ready. The instrument is also ready for debugging. Good, let's get started. Mendez nodded. Soon, Ronaldo kicked the ball in front of Su Chen, signaled to first hand over the ball to Su Chen's side. Su Chen, who got the ball, just fused the Xiao Luo template. Soon, his sense of the ball improved a lot. The football was at his feet like a jumping elf. Pepe snatched it several times, but failed to snatch the football from under Su Chen's feet. And this situation did not make Pepe frustrated or angry. Instead, he was pleasantly surprised. It seemed that the belief in inviting Su Chen to join Portugal became more firm in his heart. One kick out of the ball, the football fell at Marcelo's feet. Although he is a fullback, he has Samba blood. Football has been their playmate since childhood. At his feet, he still had the ball in one and dodged Ronaldo several upswings. What the hell are they doing? Why would Su Chen fight against Ronaldo in groups? Could it be said that Mendez has secretly operated to transfer Su Chen to Real Madrid? Hill, did you take pictures of everything? Outside the stadium in the distance, Angel's heart was full of confusion. With Ronaldo's popularity, and the fact that they and Su Chen are not teammates of the same team, it stands to reason that they shouldn't be here. although Angel understands that all this is secretly operated by Mendez. However, what the specific intention is, she has not yet figured out. Hill, who had come with her, nodded. Of course, I filmed everything. Very good, let's continue. Angel smiled, and Qin Shu in the stands took out his mobile phone, randomly took a photo of Su Chen and Ronaldo and Marcelo, and opened WeChat and enter the circle of friends. With the photo just taken, a dynamic was posted. It's really boring to play football with them. Welcome to the National Day 7-day long holiday and read books and enjoy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP bonds. Episode 35. The time difference between the bullfighting country and the dragon country. That's a difference of 7 hours. At this time, it was 9 o'clock in the morning in the bullfighting country. In the dragon kingdom, it was around 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and it was close to dusk. Qin Shu himself didn't think of it. Just when her circle of friends was just released. Soon, the circle of friends exploded. Groove? What's the situation? Where are you? Oh my god, is that person Ronaldo? Qin Shu, shouldn't you have run to the bullfighting country? Lying Groove, you can actually see Cristiano Ronaldo, Marcelo, and Pepe they want to train? I envy you so much, it's good to have money. Cristiano Ronaldo, Pepe, Marcelo, who is that Chinese? That player shouldn't be Su Chen, right? The one that has been popular on the internet recently? Sister Qin Shu, can you help me and Ronaldo ask for an autograph? The same autograph, as well as Pepe, Marcelo, anyone, ha ha ha. Xiao Shu, I'm not as greedy as them, just ask me for a Cristiano Ronaldo's jersey. Xiao Shu, are you in Madrid? Just 10 minutes. Qin Shu's circle of friends has dozens of likes, and dozens of comments. The continuous and uninterrupted messages almost made her mobile phone explode. I opened it and took a look. In addition to my classmates, there were some friends. All of them were looking for Qin Shu for the circle of friends just now. For the madness of so many people, Qin Shu's brows were deeply locked. No, are you guys? It's about to explode for my circle of friends. That man. It's my boyfriend, he's playing with Ronaldo. Is Ronaldo powerful? But I see he can't even grab my boyfriend's ball. Dead heart, I won't help you get autographs and jerseys. After replying to the past one by one, Qin Shu smiled and continued to look at Su Chen, who was training on the court. Actually, when in the country, many boys have pursued Qin Shu, not only because her family affairs are good, but mainly because Qin Shu is beautiful. As a school flower, from elementary school to high school, for such troubles, she has never been interrupted. Finally, when she was in high school, she took the trouble to announce that she already had a boyfriend, and her so-called boyfriend is Su Chen. Jingle bell, another WeChat message came in. Qin Shu opened it and glanced at it. It was his best friend in China, and the news sent. No, Xiao Shu, that person is really your boyfriend? Before we all wondered if you made it up. I didn't expect you to actually run to find your boyfriend. A few words made Qin Shu a little alarmed, and glanced at Su Chen. And at this time, Su Chen was preoccupied and kicking against Ronaldo. With Xiao Luo's template, he made Ronaldo suffer. Several times I tried to snatch the ball from his feet. It took a lot of trouble. Even, let Ronaldo not hesitate to pull Su Chen's foul action, to snatch the football from under his feet. Su Chen didn't notice what Qin Shu was doing now. A smile crossed Qin Shu's face, and he opened his voice and said, of course, I have long said that I have a boyfriend. It's just that he plays abroad and rarely meets. Now you believe it, right? I didn't lie to you. So, the message is sent. Qin Shu's eyes flashed with tenderness, looking at Su Chen on the court, who was playing football. The gaze became a little strange. In fact, since 3 or 4 years ago, when she met Su Chen, Qin Shu was already in the beginning of his emotions. Su Chen is a very shy boy, tall and fair-skinned. At that time, Su Chen was just 13 or 14 years old. It's not very handsome, but it's very showy, and it's very popular with girls. With just one glance, he was deeply impressed in Qin Shu's heart. Since then, Su Chen's appearance has been engraved in Qin Shu's mind. There is also Su's father and Su's mother. From time to time, we'll send a photo of Su Chen in the circle of friends. They were secretly preserved by her. And this time, after the college entrance examination, Qin Shu had another thing that he hadn't told Su Chen's parents or himself. She wanted to get closer to Su Chen. He was admitted to a university in Madrid. Therefore, she is not in a hurry to return to China, because when she starts school, she will be going to Madrid to report. Oh my god, Xiao Shu, you're amazing. Your boyfriend's name is Su Chen? Is it the Chinese player who has been searching for several days on Weibo recently? Although I don't like to watch football, it's all his news in China recently. It's over. It seems that your boyfriend is going to be on a hot search again. The news of my girlfriend soon came again. However, her words made Qin Shu slightly startled. Some puzzled replied, what do you mean? Why is it on the hot search again? Girlfriend, why else? Your circle of friends sends out, specifying that someone will take a screenshot. Su Chen plays with Ronaldo, Marcelo, and Pepe. Once this news is exposed, can it not be on the hot search? How many sports media in China are pointing to Ronaldo and Su Chen now? And they are eating? Suddenly, Qin Shu slapped his brain. How did you forget about this? Although she is not a fan of Ronaldo, she rarely watches football matches. However, Ronaldo's great name she can often see in China. Later, because Su Chen was playing football, she also went out of her way to learn about football. Although she is still half a pound and 8 tails now, she is not even an entry level. Oops, what then? I'll delete that circle of friends now, right? Girlfriend, it's too late, but this is good, maybe it can attract the attention of our domestic football. If you naturalize your boyfriend in the future, you can return to China with him to develop. Qin Shu, back to China to develop? Forget it, the football of the Dragon Kingdom is too dark. I prefer him to stay abroad to develop. Anyway, where he is, I will go. It doesn't matter at home and abroad, as long as he is there. Girlfriend, yo, I haven't seen it before. How can I go abroad and become a flower idiot? He. Welcome to the National Day 7-day-long holiday and read books and enjoy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP bonds. Episode 36. Very good, Su, your body data, we have already got it. They've all been recorded. However, I'm afraid it will take a few days to work out a training plan for you. At that time, if you train according to the plan we have formulated, it will give you an unexpected effect. When Su Chen and Ronaldo and them, after training for more than an hour, Mendes stopped them. An hour was enough time for them to collect Su Chen's body data. Through the accurate measurement of the instrument, there is also the accurate record of the professional. Soon, they would be able to conclude that Su Chen's physical condition was good or bad, according to the disadvantages of the body, to develop a more reasonable and healthier training plan. Su Chen smiled and nodded. Mendes, then it will trouble you. Hey, Su, you don't have to be too polite with him. He was supposed to work for us. However, just against you, your skills are superb and your talent is very high. If you choose the right path in your future, you will definitely become a dazzling superstar. I heard that the media has been rumoring about your transfer recently. Are you really leaving Westerners? Ronaldo came over with a smile and asked. Hearing this, Su Chen nodded. It's no secret that it's not just bullfighting news these days. Even other countries, even domestically, have news of their own transfers. Even, today Su Chen has been transferred by those media. Today I'm going to Roma, tomorrow I'm going to Inter. The day after tomorrow signed a contract with a domestic club. The day after tomorrow will simply go to the Premier League to play. For these news, Su Chen chose silence. As Mendes said, don't pay attention to rumors. Now all he has to do is finish the rest of the game and do what he has to do. Of course, I have also seen some news, all of which are nonsense. But I haven't thought about the transfer yet. Leave it to Mendes. If he can help me find my next home, I think I'll be happy to take on a new challenge. Su Chen replied vaguely. After all, he and Ronaldo have just met, and the two are not friends. Su Chen didn't have to tell him everything he thought in his heart. Hearing this, Ronaldo nodded. That's right, Mendes is a good agent. He can always surprise you, but I hope you think about Real Madrid when you want to move. If you can join Real Madrid, we will fight together. I believe you can create bigger miracles come out. Let's race together in the Champions League and beat all our opponents. Ronaldo's directness made Su Chen a little surprised. However, he still smiled bitterly and said, of course I am willing to go to Real Madrid, but with my level. No, Su, you should be more confident. You're only 18 years old, and you have such talent and technology. Real Madrid starter. There is a place for you. Trust Ronaldo, believe in yourself, as long as you want, and Mendes help. Mr. Florentino will gladly sign you. At this time, Marcelo hurriedly walked over. In the face of the affirmation of the two of them as well as the invitation, Su Chen nodded with a smile. However, he did not make any promises. Just like Mendes said, there is not much time left until the end of the season. With a few games left, he is ready to give it his all and help the Westerners finish. Wait until the end of the season and the summer window opens. That's why he cares about transfers. I saw him shrug. At least, I'm still a Spaniard player at the moment, aren't I? The words fell. Ronaldo, they immediately understood what it meant. At the same time, he felt deep admiration for Su Chen's loyalty and dedication. After they talked a little more here, only then did they part ways. Cristiano Ronaldo, they will appear in Catalonia today. It was entirely out of Mendes' arrangement. Moreover, Ronaldo is strong in his life, and he has indeed watched Su Chen's matches before. For this young Asian man, he also developed a lot of curiosity, and told Real Madrid manager Zidane. Zidane also seems to be interested in Su Chen, an Asian player. Immediately agreed, let the three of them come to Catalonia to try Su Chen's level. Now, it's not too early. They also have to rush back and report to the team. Just after they returned to the dressing room, changed their clothes and left. Su Chen and Qin Shu were also ready to go home. This afternoon, Su Chen still had to go to the training ground to train. Therefore, he had to send Qin Shu home before he could leave. Meanwhile, Angela and Hill outside the gymnasium filmed all the process just now. How's that? No omissions happened, did they? Angela asked with excitement on her face. Hill shook his head. I promise, there is absolutely nothing missing. Angela, if you can publish these when you go back, I guarantee that you will become famous in one fell swoop, so that the rest of your peers will all envy you. Angela smiled and nodded. That's right, this is the exclusive shocking news. Let's go back. I need to tidy it up and think about how to send it out. After the two people finished speaking with excitement on their faces, put away the equipment and sit back in the van, rushed back towards the TV building. Near noon, Su Chen rode his bicycle and returned with Qin Shu. Along the way, Qin Shu sat back and talked, non-stop. Su Chen replied a few words without a match. His thoughts at this moment were all focused on his future. Ronaldo is right. It's time for him to plan his future. The Spaniard was not his last stop after all. He still has a long way to go, and there is still a long way to go. Good planning is beneficial to his future. After a short time, Su Chen and Qin Shu returned home. Parking the bicycle outside the door, Su Chen was ready to go home to get some things, and went to the training ground. Dad, Mom, we're back. Opening the door, Su Chen just walked in. On the sofa in the living room, there were several strangers sitting there. When Su Chen saw them, his face changed slightly. The surprised old man did not say a word for a long time, and at this moment, a small man stood up with a smile. Hey, Su, take the liberty to interrupt. I hope it didn't scare you. How's it going? How are you doing lately? Welcome to the National Day 7-day long holiday and read books and enjoy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP bonds. Episode 37, Plum Ball King, Less Inside, Suya? That's right, a few people who appeared in Su Chen's house. It's just a few players from Barca. In addition to the three of them, there were two men in suits. Su Chen didn't know him, but he could guess it if he thought about it. The Barca players are here, and those two must be Barca staff. Su Chenlong turned his head and said with a smile, Su Chen, what are you still stunned for? Aren't you ready to come over and say hello? It wasn't until this time that Su Chen came back to his senses. Hurriedly walked to the front and stretched out his hand. Leo, I didn't expect you to come here. I'm so happy. Within a day, Su Chen saw Xiao Xiao Luo, Mei Qiu King, and Nei Xiao in a row. I am afraid that everyone in the whole world will envy him to death. King Mei Qiu is a very humble person, a shy big boy. I saw him stretch out his hand, shake hands with Su Chen, and said with a smile, No, I'm sorry for my rash visit. Didn't say hello to you beforehand. However, I'm not here on impulse today, or let's sit down and talk first. Su Chen nodded and sat on the sofa with Mei Qiu Wang. And at this moment, Su Chenlong said with a smile, What is that? You guys talk. If there is something, just call me. Daughter-in-law, let's go. It's already noon, let's go and prepare an afternoon meal, right? By the way, let Aunt Lu and them go out to buy some food and come back. Hearing this, Sumu nodded with a smile. Yes, don't leave anyone today, just stay and have a bite of food. Su Chen's parents are very discerning, and when they see Messi, they must be talking to their son about very important things. Maybe it's about transfers. Therefore, the two of them are inconvenient to stay here and continue to bother. They don't quite understand things about the team. Even if you stay, it won't be of any use. When the two were just about to leave, they found that Qin Shu was still there. Hurriedly smiled and walked over. Xiao Shu, you accompany your aunt to the supermarket, right? Buy some dishes that Su Chen likes to eat and come back, huh? No, Aunt. Qin Shu didn't come to his senses for a while, so he directly let Sumu pull him away. Until this time, only Su Chen, Messi, and Neymar were left in the living room. Seeing that there were no outsiders, Messi went straight to the point. Su, remember the last time we faced the Spaniards? You scored a goal at the end of the game. I told you at the end of the game. Looking forward to cooperating with you. I didn't expect this day to come soon. Now there are rumors everywhere in the online media that you broke with the Spaniards. I want to ask, are these all true? Just as King Mei Qiu finished saying these words, Su Chen was slightly startled and smiled. That's right, it's all true. My relationship with our boss has broken down. That's good, this brings us one step closer to cooperation. Have you found your next home? Not yet, the season is not over yet. I am more focused on the rest of the game than on the next home. Su Chen had nothing to hide, whether it's against Messi or against Ronaldo. He speaks honestly about these thoughts. However, often in such cases, after telling the truth, people are not enough to believe it. Because Su Chen had just signed a contract with Mendes not long ago. Today's Mendes is Su Chen's agent. Moreover, Mendes' relationship with Barca is not so good. If he is asked to recommend Su Chen to the next home, there is not much hope of going to Barca. This is also why Messi and Nei Xiao will come to the door in person. They just wanted to reach an agreement through negotiations with Su Chen. As long as the players themselves agree, what can Mendes, as an agent, say? The smile on King Mei Qiu's face gradually became a little stronger again. That's good. To put it bluntly, with your level and talent, Westerners are not worthy of you. It is the luck of Westerners to have a talented player like you. But unfortunately, they do not know how to respect and cherish it. If you have the will, you can join us at Barca. As long as you can promise to come, I want to vouch for it with my personal reputation. In the future, you will definitely be the successor of Harvey and Iniesta. Continue to be the core of the midfield. Let's conquer the battlefield of Europe together. After King Plumball said this, Su Chen's heart clicked all of a sudden. His sincerity, Su Chen felt. Every word that King Mei Qiu said was convincing. And for the current Barca, they are indeed forced to find a better midfielder to replace Xavi and Iniesta. Not long ago, Xavi had just left Barca. Today, Xiaobai is old, according to the progress of history. In the summer of 18 at the latest, he will leave Barcelona. Although Barca now have a world-class midfield of Rakitic and Sergio Busquets. However, it is not easy to find a midfielder with the level of Xavi and Xiaobai. And through a few games of Westerners, and Su Chen's performance on the field, let Barca's players, coaches, and club administrators, everyone agreed that Su Chen was the kind of player they needed. If you can bring him back to Camp Nou, it will definitely become the heart of Barca in the future. This is also why Messi, Neymar, and Suya will appear in Su Chen's house. they didn't give a suitable offer. He didn't contact Su Chen's agent Mendes first. They needed Su Chen's consent and wanted to test what his thoughts were. After doing these jobs, Barca will really pursue Su Chen. Barca are among the best teams in the world. By joining us at Barca, you can achieve your original dreams. And we and you, becoming teammates, will definitely make more history. Don't hesitate, we are all welcome. Nei Xiao, who was sitting opposite, also said to Su Chen with a smile. The words fell. Su Chen's brows locked deeply, and he looked at them deeply. On one side is Ronaldo, on the other side is Messi. This puts him in a dilemma, which one to choose. No, exactly, what kind of choice should he make? Welcome to the National Day 7-day-long holiday and read books and enjoy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP bonds. Episode 38. The atmosphere became a little eerie. Su Chen didn't give an answer for a long time. Just when Messi wanted to try to break this weird and awkward atmosphere, Su Chen said with a smile, Leo, tell the truth. I haven't thought about transferring yet. There are still a few games until the end of the season. You all know very well that the next few games of the Westerners are Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid and Barça. None of them are weak teams. I need to give my full attention to the game and play every game. As for the transfer, let's talk about it after the season is over. And when that time comes, I think I will give you a satisfactory answer. Also used perfunctory Cristiano Ronaldo to explain a few words to Messi. However, just after Su Chen finished speaking, Messi and Neymar are not a hint of displeasure. Instead, they all nodded in satisfaction. As far as Su Chen's serious attitude towards work and every game made them all happy. Only such players deserve to go to Barca. If Su Chen is the kind of dynasty, the season is not over yet, and I think about the players who will change ship. Even if he does go to Barca in the future, I am afraid it will not last long. Messi smiled and nodded. Su, your professional attitude makes me feel very happy. No matter what decision you make, where you will play in the future, I think I'll be happy for you. Wish you the future. Everything will be very smooth. As soon as the words fell, Messi stood up and shook hands with Su Chen, Neymar and Suya, and they all shook hands with him one after another and said goodbye. Obviously, they didn't plan to stay here and have lunch with Su Chen. As professional athletes, they are very regular in terms of diet and routine. If not kept a good habit, careers don't last, as is the case with Cristiano Ronaldo, and so with Messi. Otherwise, they would definitely not all be in their 30s. It can still be used as the core of the team, killing all sides on the field. Su, with your game, every game is wonderful. Spaniards should be proud of you. Unfortunately, they didn't do it, and they tried to sell it to you in exchange for more money. This is a wrong and stupid decision. I think we at Barca will always keep our doors open to you. As long as you want, we will be teammates. Me and Leo, Nima are waiting for you at Barca. Before leaving, Su Yeri, who had not spoken, stopped and said a few words to Su Chen. His personality has always been like this, and if he is not used to seeing things, he will not swallow his anger. And now the high-level Spaniards, the attitude towards Su Chen makes people feel angry. In the second half of this season, it was clear that Su Chen saved the team. Instead of letting the Westerners fall into the relegation zone, there is still a chance to compete for the European war zone. It's a miracle, a thing that excites everyone. However, the Westerners thought of it for the first time. It's not that after they reach the European war, it's time to recruit and achieve a better result. Instead, they want to dispose of their meritorious player, Su Chen. Such behavior is not only incomprehensible to Westerner fans. Even Mei Chiao King, Nei Xiao, and Suya couldn't understand it. For them, this decision of the Westerner boss, definitely too stupid to be able to make a stupid decision. A wry smile crossed Su Chen's face, and he nodded. Thank you. They walked out the door, got in the car, and left. Su Chen returned home after watching them go. At this time, it was Su Long who walked out of the study. Huh? Are they gone? Didn't you leave them at home for dinner? Hearing this, Su Chen shook his head. Dad, they are all professional players, and they all have their own requirements for food and so on. There is data on how much you eat every day. Let's keep them at home to eat, just disrupt their diet and routine. Su Chen explained a few words later. Su Yuan nodded. He had lived abroad for so many years. I have some understanding of the character of foreigners. Just like Su Chen said, whether it is a player or an ordinary person, they do have their own habits of eating, unless it is necessary to entertain. Otherwise, no one can disrupt their eating routine. Xiao Chen, Dad didn't want to care so much, but I still want to ask you, what are your plans for the future? Where are you going? Of course, wherever you go, your mother and I will fully support you. In the future, if you leave Catalonia and live in another city, I can also buy a house there and start a new life with you. Su Yuan's words let Su Chen's heart warm up slightly. For his father's support, he never complained, let alone hit Su Chen once. No matter where Su Chen went, Su Yuan always held a supportive attitude. Even if Su Chen's talent is not high, even if his future is slim. In terms of attitude, Dad has never changed anything. Dad, thank you. Silly boy, say thank you? If you really say thank you, then it has to be me and your mother. Thank you. For so many years, our whole family has come here, and we are not familiar with life and do not understand the language. Alas, in the past few years, you adapted here alone. Mom and Dad are busy working every day, and they have never taken care of you. How much bullying has been suffered, and how many tears have been secretly shed at night, we don't know. Now, you have grown up and become a talent. Mom and Dad are proud of you. This time back, parents think clearly. What's the use of a company, no matter how big it is? No matter how much money you make, what can you do? When you were young, I couldn't be by your side properly. Now, your mother and I plan to compensate you. From now on, wherever you work, we will follow you wherever you go. Maybe we can't give too much advice at work. At least when you get home, you can eat a hot meal and be satisfied. Dad's words. Su Chen's eyes were filled with tears. And at this very time, the door was opened, and Su's mother, Qin Shu, and Aunt Lu had just returned from the supermarket. Oops. Messi, what about them? Welcome to the National Day 7-day-long holiday and read books and enjoy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP bonds. Episode 39, Training Ground. Finished lunch. Su Chen came here on his bicycle as usual, just changed my clothes and entered the training ground. He was called over by Flores. Coach. Su Chen said hello with a smile. As a result, Flores was seen with a gloomy face. Su, I heard you're going to Real Madrid, right? As soon as the words came out, Su Chen was slightly startled. Coach, how do you say this? I haven't made any decisions yet and Real Madrid haven't given me any offers. Flores nodded. That's right, Real Madrid really hasn't sent you an offer yet. However, you better check out today's news. Someone has already taken pictures and videos of you and Real Madrid players at the training ground. If you say now, you are not ready to go to Real Madrid, it will not be convincing. When the words fell, Su Chen smiled awkwardly. It seems that this morning, the news of his meeting with Ronaldo, it has already been secretly photographed. However, Su Chen had a clear conscience, and there was no need to explain too many things. Talking too much, on the contrary, will make yourself darker and darker. Moreover, if you really have the opportunity to join Real Madrid in the future, why bother? Coach, wherever my future belongs. But I know very well that mine is still in the Westerners and belongs to the players here. In the rest of the game, I won't be distracted by the transfer thing, and will play every game. Hearing this, Flores took a deep look at Su Chen and shook his head. No, Su, I don't need your declaration of allegiance, let alone anything. On the contrary, I am glad that you have made your choice, and if I have the opportunity to play for Real Madrid and play at the Bernabeu in the future, I will be proud of you. At the moment, there are 4 games left this season. We are still 13 points away from 6th place, which means that if you want to enter the European competition, you have to win all 4 games. But our opponents are Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, Bar, and Girona. It's a pity that every opponent is strong. On the contrary, the overall strength of our Westerners is not so ideal. We don't deserve to be in Europe except you. If we had you, we would be more confident in entering Europe, but now I don't think so. On the contrary, I feel that not entering the European war is the greatest respect for you. So, just half an hour ago, our coaching staff had a meeting. I can tell you honestly about the content of the meeting. Later games, I will put you on the bench. Against Atletico, Valle, and Girona, you have to be on the bench. I'm not afraid that I will lose the game, let alone the public opinion of the outside world. I just want to tell the senior management of the club through this. You are the heart of our team. Without you the team would be a mess. I want the senior management of the team to realize that they have made a stupid and unforgivable mistake. I'm going to use the next few games to make them regret their actions. Of course, every game, I will give you some time to keep you in shape. Until the finale, when we face Real Madrid, I'll let you play as a starter. You have to play well in that game. Let the top management of Real Madrid notice you anyway. Only then will you have a chance, get into the Bernabeu, and have a place, understand? When Flores said this, Su Chen's heart was shocked. He never dreamed that the head coach would make such an arrangement. Keep yourself, don't let yourself play, let the Westerners realize their mistakes. And also in the game against Real Madrid, show your ability to attract the Real Madrid hierarchy and value yourself. In doing so, Flores is likely to lose her job, but, from his resolute gaze, Su Chen could see that he didn't care about his job. Coach, don't say anything, I know what you want to say, don't worry about me, don't worry about the team. This decision, not made by me alone, but the players of the entire team, agreed. They are also in favor of letting the senior management of the club realize their mistakes, more willing to help you and get into the big team to play. Su, you are a very talented player. As long as you are willing to work hard, you will not be wrong in the future, you will be full of honor, you will be the focus of the world. This step, you must cherish it. As long as you take this step, you are considered successful. As for other things, don't think about anything, let alone care. Just obey my full schedule for you, got it? As soon as the words came out, Su Chen had red eyes and nodded slightly. Coach, I see. Okay, go to training, the training behind, you have to go all out. Don't let your state, there is a slide. Flores said a few more words. Su Chen didn't say anything, turned around and ran towards the training ground. Now, those teammates, it was like nothing had happened. When they saw Su Chen's joining, they were all very happy, and immediately went to play with Su Chen. This moment, there was great harmony on the pitch. Every team member had a smile on their face. However, Su Chen was very clear in his heart. For the sake of their future, they even did not hesitate to lose the next few games. It is to complete Su Chen and let him enter the Bernabeu, or some other stadium. Afternoon, Su family villa. Qin Shu sat alone in the room, looking a little bored, holding the phone, bored to swipe the video. Jingle bells. Suddenly, WeChat rang again. Qin Shu picked it up and looked at it, but his girlfriend sent it. When she opens the message, voice, Xiaoshu, it's hot. Your boyfriend is hot. Quick, go to Weibo to see the hot search. The circle of friends you posted before has been sent out. and the first place in the hot search. Yes? Shu was shocked and quickly logged on to Weibo. Open the hot search and take a look. Sure enough, the first place in the hot search is a big headline. Scroll down, not only the first one, but also several, all of which dominate the hot search list. Chinese player Su Chen, or will join Real Madrid. Chinese young general, favored by Ronaldo. Chinese young general, training with Marcelo, Pepe, Ronaldo. Su Chen has joined Real Madrid? Chinese player Su Chen, can he naturalize the national football team in the future? Supernova Su Chen, or will he be the first player to enter the Bernabeu? Shu, welcome to the National Day 7-day-long holiday and read books and enjoy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP bonds. Episode 40. Shu, what's going on? Why did it run to the hot search? Girlfriend, are you stupid? Does this still need to be asked? Someone gave you a screenshot of your moments. Shu, why are these people like this? I just wanted to play by myself. Girlfriend, Xiaoshu, your circle of friends, enough to feed those media. Quickly delete that article. Don't make a branch outside the festival, otherwise the country will have a frying pan. Girlfriend, now your boyfriend is very popular in China. It is said that many teams are staring at it, and what pig shoes. They seem to be looking for Su Chen to naturalize him. When the girlfriend is done reminding, Shu Kai quickly found the circle of friends that was posted before. It was quickly deleted. Although she is doing it now, it is somewhat useless, and the meaning of making up for it. However, staying there will definitely bring you trouble. Although she was not a person who was afraid of trouble, if he had an unintentional circle of friends, he would provoke unnecessary things to Su Chen. That's a real trouble. She did not continue to talk to her girlfriend, but in the meager interior, she refreshed. Soon, news about Su Chen. They are about to explode on the meager level, and many fans are calling on the Dragon Country Football Association to quickly naturalize Su Chen. Some people are sending meager statements advising Su Chen not to return to China to play football. All in all, there is everything to say, but most of them were very interested in Su Chen. I think that as long as he can return to China, the 18-year World Cup Dragon Country will definitely be able to enter it. Shu's brows were deeply locked, until below, she found a comment about introducing Shu's background, Su Chen's family, background, and even the nationality of the bullfighting country he went to at a few years and the nationality of the bullfighting country he joined are all clear. And they are not bad at all. Even, there is a background in the country before the Su family went abroad. What surprised Shu even more was that they even had a clear investigation of the house where Su Chen lived in China. I have to admit that this year's netizens are really too powerful. After so many years, they actually let them pick it up. Even, they want to investigate the ancestors of the Su family. After seeing this, Shu's brows locked deeply. It seems to have realized that he may be in trouble. If Su Chen knew these domestic news, I don't know what he would think. So, she took her phone and walked out of the room. I saw Su's father and mother all sitting on the sofa watching TV downstairs. She frowned solemnly and walked down from upstairs. Uncle, Aunt, I think I have to confess something to you. When the words fell, they saw Su Yuan and Su Mu, and they all looked back at her. Xiaoshu, what you want to confess should not be the storm set off by that circle of friends in China, right? Su Yuan asked with a smile. Suddenly, Shu's face changed slightly, and he said in surprise, Uncle, you already know? Ha ha ha. We just live abroad, and we don't cut ties with China. Besides, we still have friends and live in China. They have already told me the news. Nothing, it's not a big deal. Su Chen's current players, the first few games, played well. It is a normal thing to be concerned by the domestic media. You don't have to blame yourself too much, let alone think too much. Even if he let Xiao Chen know, he won't care. That child is such a character. He never bothered about empty things. Besides, does it matter what the transfer thing will be? Su Long said with a smile. It was as if it was a reassuring pill, so that Shu's heart finally fell to the ground. However, she still continued, Uncle, that meager above, also said that he wants to naturalize Su Chen and return to China to serve. Will he go back? Hearing this, Su Yuan smiled. Looking up at Shu, he asked rhetorically, Xiaoshu, then are you willing to let him go back? What's the deal with me? However, if I were to say it, I wouldn't want him to go back. I don't know about domestic football, I don't know. But, this time, I was admitted to the University of Madrid, didn't I come for him? If he comes back, I'll still be here alone. Oops, how do I say it? In an instant, Shu seemed to realize something. His face turned red all of a sudden, and Su's father and mother, who were sitting on the sofa, all laughed up to the sky. This smile made Shu even more embarrassed. She was about to run with a red face, and at this moment she really wanted to find a scene to get into. It's really faceless. Not only the domestic media. Now, photos of Su Chen training with Rodo, Marcelo, and Pepe. It was also posted on Twitter. Suddenly, in the foreign media and fans, another small-scale network earthquake exploded. Oh my god, is Su Chen coming to Madrid? I'm so happy. Su? Is that the Asian player who plays for Westerners? Seriously, I'm not optimistic about him. There is a ceiling to the talent of an Asian player, and he is not an exception. Did Real Madrid really think about it? Really want to bring in an Asian player to the Bernabeu? I advise you to think about it. The talent of the Asian player may be visible in the early stages, but the subsequent growth is not perfect. Anyway, I am not optimistic about him going to the Bernabeu. Mr. Florentino, I hope you will think carefully. He may not really be a good fit for the Bernabeu. What are you going to do? See the water dispenser? When will the thighs of Westerners be eligible to go to Madrid? Brothers, what are you doing in the yin and yang weirdness? Go and watch the Westerners game. Su's skills will amaze you. Oh my god, what age is it? Still engaging in racial discrimination. Su's talent is worthy of going to the Bernabeu. Ha ha ha. Is it Real Madrid that has fallen? Would you even want to buy a Chinese? It really laughed me off. Mr. Florentino, if you really want to buy that Asian kid, please be sure to give the fans a reasonable explanation, an explanation that can convince us. Have you seen Su Chen's match? If you've seen it, his skills will conquer you all. Let's wait and see. Su Chen, he is no worse than anyone.